Who the hell ripped pages out my book, bro? That's why I'm missing stuff now. Oh, sorry, guys. You know, almost forgot I was going live. Look, I be on some weird shit. Some, in my eyes, when I say weird, I mean different. So, this video is going to be about tracking the sun or the energy that's coming off the sun. So we can know where the fuck we at. Because when it's time, we're dealing with a trinity right now, right? And when it comes to that trinity means, well, I got my pencil. I'm writing. Trinity means, uh, we're going to use the Greek word delta since they wanted to use that shit too. Okay? So, the symbol of delta is an equilateral triangle. Or maybe it's a isosceles with its two sides. It's a triangle. We're just gonna say triangle, okay? So IP. Okay, so delta means denoting new energy, right? I'm gonna say new, but denoting new energy, dealing with your energy, your inner dash capital G, denoting new energy, dealing with cycle, dealing with feminine energy. The X. You're only saying it's feminine because the X. Okay, so that deals with a cycle because the upside down triangle, which is also a definition of delta, is UV, which stands for ultraviolet. Okay, so the upward triangle represents planet Chi, rising energy, the ascending energy, right? Be that we're receiving, being that we are receiving UV as it comes down here, it denotes us, it brings a frequency to rise. You feel the planet rises its frequency and send the frequency back to the sun and the solar system. So it denotes the energy back down to us. And it keeps going and it keeps going and it keeps going and it keeps going. So when you have the 360, you have these frequencies that is hitting around here, because pretty much we in the sun still. It's a planet. We're in the sun, but we're on this plane in the planet. Okay, so we're going to say this is north, east, south, west. It's different with a tilt though. Elliptical tilt, it goes back to the X. Thing about these parallels as it's shifting is going back to Gemini. connecting above and below, but what is that dealing with? The twins. Red, blue. Okay? When you turn it sideways, though, now it's looking like Libra on the side. Kind of, sort of, without this. I mean, it's a split. It's dealing with a split, right? Between left and right. Red sun, blue Kachina. But when it comes together, it connects the parallels above and below, like the Gemini symbol shows. Because the top brings the energy down to this, and the X is in the middle of the parallel. Okay? So as the pole is shifting, is these two lines, these parallel lines that crossed, is becoming parallel. Okay, that's why I said we're going back to Gemini, because Gemini with the twins pretty much shows you what red and blue Kachina is representing, and when it's tying to you, being the X, is a reflection. So above and below you is reflections of you. So the brain, when it denotes the energy rises up, the brain deals with left and right. Red and blue Kachina comes together and connects above and below like the messenger. Okay? So boom, back to this. We have your north, east, south, west. What is this at north? 360 or 0. East, 90. South, 180. West, 270 or 27, 18, 9. And you have 360. Yeah, 360. But this is also a 12, a 3, 6, and a 9. But the 12 is a 3. So when you have it like this is rebirth. Okay? Because this 9 has to settle to restart the 1, 2, 3. So the 12 is representing the rebirth of whatever number is representing. Okay? Because the 13, like say, the 12 becomes a 13, but that 13 is still a 1, 2, yeah, that 13 becomes a 4. But a 4 is pretty much a 1, 2, 3. Because when you have to think about it, the way I'm trying to tell you is dealing with trinities. This is a trinity. A triangle is a trinity. That's why it has triangle. It's a trinity angle. Okay? So you have your 1, 2, 3. But this could be a 4, 5, 6. But at the end of the day, this is 2. Okay? Because how you would look at this 2 is by the stars. But the red and the blue denotes a higher self. Because the red and blue, let's say it how they want to say it. They're like talking to it either way it goes. But I like how I start this for the future. Shit, gotta get serious. Guys, all these pages got ripped out. Come on, bro. So I feel like there's something about that I haven't noticed, and I really wanna just say it real quick. Where the fuck that shit go, Snow? No. What's the fuck? Oh, I did it. Let's just say I found it. Okay. I found the page. General E. Ferrier, great-great-grandson. Biden Benjamin. Okay. Alright, so I will look that up. Anyways, alright. No, I can't find this spot. Oh, there we go. Boom. So a star system of two stars known as binary stars. Binary star system or physical double stars. You're red and you're blue. If there's no tidal effect, no perturbation from other forces, and no transfer of mass from one star to another, system stable, and both stars will trace of an elliptical orbit around the bar center. The bar center. Isn't that a motherfucking basketball arena? What the fuck be going on under the basketball arenas? Is my question. Like their basements and shit. Like under that basement. Like what's going on? That's what I want to know. But anyways. Damn, I lost that down. Alright, so boom. So you have, just so y'all know, writing this shit now. Okay. So you have your 3, your 6, and your 9. Your 12 is a rebirth, representing going into the new year. The new year is a measurement of going into a new dimension, right? Because when you had these loops, it was just doing every 9 years, you'll see the same shit. Okay. Now we're dealing with the 12, right? And as you can see, because the 13th zodiac appeared. So that means we're dealing with the 12 energies, right? And we're feeling about 6 to 7 of them right now. So that's denoting itself into a higher energy, okay? As you go into a new year. The thing is, your new year is not in January. Your new year begins April 1st in reality, okay? So this ties to your rebirth. You most likely get your rebirth even more April or around when spring, when you're dealing with a blossom of growth. Okay, so that's time to March. But the thing about this year is weird as hell because 2024 actually began in February, right? So it's the same shit, kind of, sort of, but it's kind of like it skipped past. Nah, I didn't skip. So I'm wondering, like, was this total eclipse? No, I'm not even wondering, like, cause this solar eclipse is supposed to happen in April, right? April 2024. But by April, around that time, the year should be 2160. So the year 2160, what the fuck happened? And does that tie to the year 6, 20, yeah, around 2160? Was that around 616 AD? I never looked it up. I'm just speaking out loud, you know? But it's a thought. Because I know the BC parallel and the AD parallel just deals with this diamond energy that's going on. And this dimensional shift that's going on is dealing with the diamond energy, which is the Merkaba. Okay, that frequency, the heart, that's what is dealing with. Like this whole time I've been saying with the delta down, triangle up. If you put the shit together, it makes a Merkaba. But the 9 emits the light, the aura. That's where you get the circle. Because the energy inside of it denoted the aura outside of it, dealing with the connectivities of inputs and the outputs, the left and the right, the blue and the red, coming together to create this purple state and higher. That's why this 360, you draw a circle, right? I'm showing you right here 3 different things into one, but you can just simply just draw a circle. Or you could just take out your calculator. You get your calculator, right? Do 1 times 60. That represents 1 circle. But name your first circle 2017. Okay. So then you have your next circle that goes into the 18. Then your next circle goes into 2019 going into 2020, because you gotta remember the 2019 was ending in April. So look, 2023 deals with 6 of those circles. So to figure out why I keep saying the timeline thing, right? Just do 6 times 360. Okay. I did that wrong. Six times 6 is 36. 6 times 3 is 18. Plus 3 is 21. So that brings you to the year of 2160, right? Once that cycle is completed. So that's ending of 60. I say it's the ending and not the beginning, because that energy that's hitting the hertz that's coming off the sun has to settle, right? So to figure out what's in between that, you're not going to do 5 times 360. You do 5 times 360, you're going to get the 1800s. And that's when the 5D stopped, okay? It began with 1800 minus 360, which is your 4 times 360, which ended up being, I think, 1,440, right? So, yeah, 1,440. So these numbers, I'm only saying this because this represents the hertz that's coming off the sun, that's hitting the planet as it rises, right? So when you look at 2021, that's when that hertz hit the body and hit, because when you look at your chakra system, right, they have frequencies that are aligned to the chakras. So your chakras, right, the crown deals with 900. Anything higher is you ascending, okay? So when that energy starts to spark you, that's what happens. And it usually starts around April, okay? So look, because that's denoting that 7th energy, but the 6th will be on the planet. And they make that shit clear. The 5th is on the planet right now, and part of the 6th. But when this happens, it's going to deal with 1 through 6 on the planet. It's going to deal with 7, 8, 9, which represents above, and 3, 2, 1, which represents below, while the 4, 5, 6 represents the X, the mark, the spot, the treasure, center point. It matches the point. So when it matches the point, dang, where I just leave off? When it matches the point with oh yeah, 4, 5, 6. That ties it to like CeeLo. CeeLo is when it's getting low, is hitting that C note, or CeeLo is dealing with 3, but it's dealing with 3 12s. At 3 12s, 3 times 12 is 36. It's talking about the degree. The 33 is talking about being the master of 6, 9, yin and yang, the cycle, which is yourself. So the 4, 5, 6 is pretty much tying to that, because 8, 9 is 3 different. Also 3, 6, 9. You get me? 15 plus 9, 24. That 4 plus 5 equals 9 plus 6. Yeah, Back to the Future is saying I'm going back home. You feel me? If you was to go in the past and you need to go back to the future, you need to go back home. Right? So that's pretty much what's going on. But it's going to be in reality, it's going to be your present. Right? It's just the energy. You have to realize it's the big time machine the galaxy is. That's why you could do quantum jumps. Star Wars, they go light speed, now they somewhere else. That's a quantum jump. Because they sped the vibration of their ship, sped so fast, it put them to another point faster than normal from a vibration. So, getting back to the point, that 4, 5, 6 is what we're in right now. And that 6 is going to settle once we get to April. But the thing about future consciousness comes from a higher frequency. The thing about the physical, though, to where it's going to just happen, period, where you can't stop it, it's happening now. You don't have to wait till April. You didn't have to wait this whole time to even up your frequency to get future, to tap into your conscious records. That's tying to future references anyways. Because when you realize you can tap into your Akashic records, that means it's your DNA code at the end of the day. So if they're tapping into your DNA code, they're literally doing witchcraft on you. Therefore, you need to start getting your power back and stop complying to the system that allows it. Because really, it's not even allowed, it's just they do it anyways, against your will. Okay? They need you to do it to go against your will. Because when you go against your will, you're going against self at the end of the day. Even if you know it or not. And that's karma. Because either way it went, while you were going through that situation, you had a voice talking to you. Even while you were fucked up on drugs, that voice didn't change. You was trying to quiet the voice you was hearing to be thinking the wrong way. Type shit. You want to get rid of that energy. Or you just didn't want to think at all. You just have a clear mind. It's just, that's why they feed you that. Because they know you want to have a clear mind. Because when you have a clear mind, that comes to a regular state of awareness. It doesn't come with stress and all that shit because you removed it to get there. It's just when you take drugs and shit, you might feel good. You might take too much. Now you're not even thinking about that no more. But you might feel good, but when it's weared off, you're still got that emotion attached. You can't remove emotions no other type of way unless it's your frequency getting higher. And your frequency only gets higher dealing with your cells in your body is when you're mentally balanced and physically balanced. Other than that, you're always going to have little interactions unless your perspective is of God. So you know how to battle against shit like that when it's coming against you. Most of the time, it could be you going against yourself, and then that allows them to go against you. But when you're not going against yourself, that puts up a shield, a protection around you. Especially when you're not going against your will, your strength becomes power and more powerful, to the point now you're on YouTube talking to these entities that's trying it on you. Because they don't understand why it's not working. It's never going to work, my guy. I would really just focus on you and just trying to better yourself. Because when you're doing that to someone who's actually chosen and they're trying to better themselves and you're repeatedly just in their way, chosen ones pick it up, because when you have a clear mind, come from a clear mind, yeah, you could bring all this destruction and shit, but the shit already happened of me knowing what the fuck to do next. Like, I'm heating up right now just saying this shit. It was cold. You feel me? Like, y'all are tripping. It's to the point you can't even control yourself. Like, you should not even be waking up thinking about me. Especially waking up to do some harmful shit. Like, trying to do spells and some more shit. Like, I see all of this shit. I was just stupid as hell. And really, the intuition will be me just start saying names. But I'm not. I'm just not. Not because I'm worried what somebody's gonna say. I'm just not. Because I don't even have no thoughts right now. I'm just not gonna give out no names. But y'all doing the wrong thing and aiming your energy the wrong way. You scary ass bitch. You won't even aim it towards your real oppositions. Why are you trying to aim it at your people? You supposed to be using magic to wake your people up, not to fucking kill them and have them going backwards and shit, stuck in a karmic loop. Are y'all niggas fucking stupid? Like, you're still doing the same thing you were doing before you even said you were healed. Like, that ain't fucking godlike. That ain't even like, that's just, fuck all that other talk, godlike, nigga. That ain't nature, nigga. That's not a natural thing to do. Cause you gotta remember, when you thinking about that shit, you gotta think about cells, nigga. It's not a natural thing to do. You think nature is growing off of that perspective. They cells have to grow. When they getting interfered, yeah, it might interfere the way it's growing. But once you brood it in that bitch, you're gonna keep growing and growing. You might have a little problems around the way, but what happens when you stand up strong like a tree? You can never be knocked down. You just keep growing. You feel me? So like, this shit right here, though, I got off topic. This 456, right? That's what we in. So the 7 denotes, the 7 gets denoted for its cycle that happens on, okay? Cycle, okay? Psi, C, I, my. During this cycle, all right, boo boo. During the cycle, we're dealing with a different timeline, okay? But when you're looking at the world, you're seeing the world. But you gotta look at the world and see if this shit matching up to what I'm saying. I'm not saying you don't have to listen to me, but if I'm right, then hell yeah, you should be listening. So you can use your own discernment and then go further. Because if you realize it's always a rebirth or something to go into the next, energy doesn't die, right? Unless there's a disconnection. According to the flow. So, right here, it's the hertz per year. The H is low key tied to the X too. in time. The years, the ending of the XYZ. Hmm. Yeah, so boom. 160, yeah, 2060. But this started 1890, I believe. So 1890, 1980, 2070. So, ooh, just learned something new. So this is the meridian line, right? But around a 360, this would be the 33 degree, okay? And from what I'm seeing right now, 2023 deals with the 33, or 2024 deals with the 33, dealing with 9, deals, it's the sixth cycle, but the ninth stage. So that makes a 9. The 33 of the 6, 9, dealing with a skip or reverse polarity. Which deals with that split down the middle, the line of symmetry. But when these lines bind together, it creates two hearts and two parallels. Also looks like a Mandela, but that means the X and the heart is tied together. Feel me? So use your discernment from what you know with that and go with it. Uh, so that being said, 2023, we're in this cycle of the timeline rising, right? So 2024 was, from what Alexa said, what she is actually. Alexa, she said 2024 starts on February 14th. So Alexa's gave us the point to where we at right now. So that means we're getting at 2024. Well, really, fuck what Alexa said. She's somewhat right. This ends when Kali Yuga is really supposed to end. But they say Kali Yuga was started the 15th. So if it started the 15th of January and I said it started the 27th, how many days is that apart? That is 12 days apart, ironically. So we're going to use that 12 and add on to when they said it was over, which was pretty much yesterday. So I think, or like 2 days ago. So we're going to say the end of the month. So from now to the end of the month, we're going to be right here. But you need to realize what I'm saying to really get how your DNA is picking up on the timeline. 1980, we even look. I'm just learning about Dr. York now. Like, I just started listening to him because I listen to certain people who I guess learn from him, right? But I really listen to people to get confirmations. Like, I'll be in a goddamn shit just reacting. You feel me? Trying to, just we collective consciousness when you're in a live group chat. Like, and just be trying to just say my little piece. I mean, we being watched anyway, but still, somebody might see that and it might unlock some shit to plus to what they're hearing, nigga. What's the whole point of even writing. Like niggas not watching you say go go yeah keep going. I mean it's good to see that after the fact, but I'm just saying like niggas be getting mad when you're supposed to be balanced. I mean you can react, not saying you can't defend, but niggas really true colors be shown on lives and shit. But anyways, if you realize 2023 is in the middle of the sixth ether cycle, but is lined up in between the timeline of the six and the nine. So when it tied to what they was talking about with Kali Yuga and the Golden Age, this is part of it. But it's a skip that happens in reality that your DNA picks it up as future consciousness. So when I say this shit is happening now, it's happening now because this point right here at 2160 is representing April. Okay? So April 8th, it might be actually May 8th, but April's going to be lit anyways because that portal is going to be reopening again 27th. That's why it's lit anyway. But it's a new year, so it's a higher dimension than normal anyway. So it's going to be way hotter, and it's going to be a heat wave. Okay, that summer. Um, this though is the 70, and it goes into a higher state too. That's just the ending of the six. So, speaking of future consciousness on a physical state, meaning that you can't stop this shit from happening, is happening either way it goes. Your DNA is going to pick up like however you were in your past life, or however your DNA matches to whatever was tied to the year 2160, which sounds futuristic, but most likely was tied to 612 AD. And I don't even know what the fuck that's about. Maybe you don't, but most likely some type of way. So look, we are here 27. That shit crazy. It lines up to 2070. That year 2070 is around the time they said an EBM will be released. Around this time, 50 years later, to tell you what the fuck happened. Okay? So I'm letting you know how they're working because the automated system runs off frequencies. That's how you know they're fucking clones. Because as the time speeds up, they're speeding up the shit they was trying to do. Because they're fucking clones. The automated system is scheduled to frequencies. That's the whole cron job, tied to a micron in the eye. Just like your DNA is tied to these frequencies too. Just like people was unlocking, it was set to play already. They just touched something they wasn't supposed to touch. Now they can't stop it. They're trying to travel the future and all this extra shit just to fucking do it. They can't do it. Alright? And really, either way, it'll just remove everything out of existence if they were to. But they can't. It's not made to be destroyed like any other machine. It's made to bring its shit back to a natural point, meaning it was going to have a rebirth of itself. Period. They fucked with a Atlantean device, and it wasn't what they thought it was. Because they can't stop it. They need one of us to stop it or a sacrifice to stop it. But that's not even going to work neither because the sacrifice of the person they're going to want is just going to have his consciousness already set to play. So, and most likely they want him because, or her, because the consciousness of that person is fucking them up right now because they probably realize they can tap into their self because nature is the output to their input type shit. So this jump though right here is happening now. This future consciousness shit is happening now. The 7 deals with the gates opening above, dealing with 8 and 9. So that brings it to a total effect because that total energy is going to hit all the way down to 321. And I said 321 represents the seas. The body is going to hit all the way down to the roots. You feel me? That's where we at. And that's how we coming. You feel me? That's why I say start eating a little better. Start eating better, actually. Just get full off of it. And really, your fullness is most likely going to come tied to your satisfaction of it. And then you're going to realize you're not going to need as much no more because now you're getting your minerals you need. Now, when you're out in the sun, those minerals dealing with the light produce growth, right? And it turns the light into food through photosynthesis. Like, just like a plant, bro. If you wanted your plants to come back to life, especially if you know they rooted, you'll have to clean them up, clean up the environment around it, make a little water system for them and shit. You feel me? Do something. Make some little reflector lights or some shit so it can like receive more light and more of a charge. Something like that. You feel me? It's nature. It's you. You protecting nature is you protecting you because the only way you're gonna protect yourself is with nature. And the only way nature is gonna protect itself is you. And the other side of you, that your soul that deals with the spirit, deals with the body, but deals with the body of the planet also. Like you breathe air to trees and trees breathe air to you. That has to say something that is you. And these invaders are here fucking with you. Calling your energy back. Receive your energy. And manipulate it to where they not manipulating you nor your people. But keep it in the heart space. Because that's the only way it's going to manifest and come back righteously. It can manifest, all right. But would the comeback be righteously to you? You can give someone energy, right? But will it come back to you? You know, like how people try to only bless people so they can get a blessing. It don't work like that. If you regret you bless someone, how do you even expect to get blessed from someone that's operating out of their heart chakra? That's not receiving the same energy. Just because you gave somebody $1 on the street. You better get that dollar to them, not regret. That's just like when you use your thoughts, when you think about something that you need and want to do, like trying to manifest it. When you think about it and doubt it, what are you receiving back? You're receiving doubt, fear, shit that comes with doubt, anxiety. That's the energy, okay? Because when you define the word and you believe that word, now it ties to other words and shit. Now it becomes a web of spells. Now it's like a book of spells. Shit get wicked. So I'm just saying, you feel me? Gotta always protect your energy at all times. Okay? Just like these. You just gotta be like, out the window. Feel me? Get attacked every day. And most of this shit you don't even want to do. But look how powerful is interfering you. But you're way powerful than that. Mind over matter. Okay? Consciously. Because your mind could be like, you don't want to do that, right? You don't want to smoke cigarettes no more, right? But you still physically keep buying them and smoking them. So that means there's something in your physical that's making you keep smoking them. It's not your mindset, because your mindset is already set. The willpower ties down to it, though, but that ties back to your heart. It's just if it's still in your body, then you dealing with these senses and shit. You have to battle that shit to clean it out. But the fastest way to do it is just to get some shit that's gonna clean the metals out and the toxins and all types of shit, and just work on it like that while you fighting, and it'll be way easier.